Today on the channel, I'm going to show you how to play the song Youth Gone Wild by Skid Row. Yeah, man. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to play the song Youth Gone Wild by Skid Row. And yeah, I'm wearing my glasses, man. I'm getting old, but I need to be able to see what I'm doing. And you know, us 80s rockers are getting old, man. It won't be long and we're not going to be around anymore to show you this shit. Anyway, let's begin. Youth Gone Wild is a great song, man. It's in standard tuning. It's in G minor, or B flat major if you want to get technical about it, but G minor, and it's in standard. You know, Sebastian did not need the band to tune down to E flat. Dude was just simply, he wasn't human with his vocals, but there's some great guitar parts in this song, and you know, the whole tune, the whole album, just killer stuff. So let's begin. First of all, I want to bring up, there's about 5 chords in this song, and I'm going to go over these chords right now, so later on when I reference these chords, I don't kind of put them on the screen and clutter up the image. But the main chord that it focuses around is a G, like a G5, which is, or a G minor. G minor looking like this. All right, or a G5, which is part of the G minor, you know, the power chord. All right, then there's an E flat 5. It's two notes. It's on the first fret on the D string and the 3rd fret on the G. All right, so that's an E flat. You could play it like this. You could put your pinky on the 4th fret on the B string, but right there's our E flat 5. Then there's a F5, which is like the G5 but down on the 1st fret. Okay, those are the main chords in this song. But there is a B flat in this song during the breakdown. B flat 5, which is 1, 3, 3 on the A, D, and G string. And then and during the guitar solo, which I'm going to show you, they modulate to A. So they play an A5. And then they switch over to an F in that guitar solo. So those are the main chords throughout the song, and the riff basically fluctuates around a G, 5, an E flat, and then an F. Okay, so that's your main theoretical chord progression, or you know, chords that are in this song. Not theoretical, but if you want to break it down theoretically and compositionally, though, that's the main tonal part of this, tonal center of the song. All right, sometimes they're going to play a G5, and sometimes they'll roll back. I've got a really high gain setting. But you know what we do when we play metal is we roll back on our volume, and we can clean up like that, all right? So we got to do that a lot in this song during the verses. All right, so the very beginning of the song starts off with 2 punches that they're doing on a B flat. Okay, they're doing that B flat 5 twice. A B flat chord is essentially a G minor chord, but with a B flat on the bass. If you took a B flat chord and added a G on the bass, you'd have a G minor chord, like a G minor 11. It's a very John Sykes type chord. You can play that chord anywhere. Sounds real sexy. But anyway, I digress. Just a little theory there for you. But the song starts off with a couple of punches on the B flat 5. Then they do it again. Then they start off with this lick that goes like this. All right, and they repeat that a couple times. And that's the line that you're going to hear during the choruses also. So it's in the intro. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the, this is off of a G minor. And then a B flat. So they're going between G minor and E flat 5 during that verse, all right? So this riff is off of a G minor pentatonic lick. They play it in Monkey Business, and you know, rock bands use this type of riff in many, many, many songs, right? We won't go down that road. I've done that before, but it's interesting how many times you can reinvent this riff and still make it cool. Case in point, this song, right? All right, so I'm going to go. All right, so I'm going to start on the 5th fret on the A and the D. Then I'm going to skip over to the 5th fret on the D and the G. Then. So it's like Smoke on the Water, kind of, but backwards. Okay, so I play with my pinky and my ring finger because I like to play my power chords like this. That's just how I am. But you can go, you can roll this ring finger however you want to do it. But I'm 5/5 on the A and the D. Then I'm going to go 5/5 on the D and the G. Then 3/3 on the D and the G. Then pull off, open D and G, which is also a G chord. So. Then we're going to play this. This is the 3 and the 2 on the D and the G. That's an F chord. So. Then we're going to go 3/3 on the 3rd fret, which is a B flat chord. And then open D and G. So slowly. Once again. And then we're going to go, the second time we're going to end on that chord. So we're going to go first time, second, like that. Very cool. It's going to repeat that same lick twice. And then we're going to go back to the beginning. What I'm doing there is I'm playing a G with my ring finger, or my middle finger, and I'm muting the A string. I'm just playing the G and the D string together, or adding the 3rd fret on the B string. Big power G. So slowly. One thing I'm doing is I'm sliding into this and sliding down. Instead of going really choppy, I'm sliding in with my ring finger and my pinky and sliding down. I may not do it every single time, but I do it mostly probably on the very beginning. All right, so cool. One nice pinch harmonic that you'll hear Skid Row do a lot is what I keep doing that out of habit. I'm hitting this 3rd fret on the G string, and I'm pinching it with my thumb and my pick, letting the pick just graze off the edge of my thumb when I hit it. You gotta have a lot of gain, and depending on where you hit it between your pickups, you can really get it to chirp. You can really overdo it, so which I always do. So you know, feel free to annoy everybody in your life by doing that all the time. It never stops. All right, so that's your chorus, and that's your intro lick. All right, so then after it comes out of the this verse lick, it's going to quiet down. I'm rolling back on my bridge volume. I'm going to play this G minor chord. You can play the whole thing. You can play part of it. You can play the top 5 strings. It's really up to you, man. No one's going to like yell at you if you don't do it like exactly like the record, except like a few people in the comment section that always say I teach shit wrong, which is okay because I probably do. I learned this stuff many, many years ago, and I play it, you know, the way I want to teach it to you, and I go by the record. But I mean, hell, sometimes you gotta just go with the flow, man. These bands don't play this stuff the same way every single time, and I get as accurate as I can. So anyway, don't fuss about it if you're not hitting this G minor chord exactly like the record, is what I'm saying. So we're gonna roll back like that. And they do this thing where they go, all right, they're going to do this little F chord, the 2nd and 3rd fret on the G and D. And they're going to hammer on to this 3 and 3. And they're going to play that E flat 5. But you got to do it kind of gracefully. It's like 2, 3, 4. I put like those little X's in the tablature to go like that. They kind of toggle between this G minor and this E flat, but you got to get that thing in there. So I'm going F to a B flat to an E flat, really quick. But that gives it kind of a, you know, a cool little feel. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know, and they do that throughout the verse, right? And then they go. There's this little lick before they go into the pre-chorus. All right, so back to the verse. We're going. Then they're going to turn up all the way, which is a pull-off. We're going 1 on the D string to an open, and we're going to hammer on or pick the 3rd fret on the A string. All right, so it goes, and then we're going to chug on this F5. All right, so we're gonna do this little riff at the end of that chug, which I'm gonna show you, but it's gonna go. All right, we're gonna go right into that chugging part for the pre-chorus. Then it does this lick. It goes up to speed. It's kind of like. All right, hope that makes sense. So after we go out of the verse, then it chugs back on this F. Then he goes to an E flat 5. I didn't show this at the very beginning of the lesson, I apologize, but it's like the B flat chord. We're going to play it up here on the the seventh and or the I'm sorry, the sixth and the eighth fret on the A, D, and G string. So it goes. And then go. So much like that lick at the end of the verse, it goes at the end of the E flat chord. And it goes into the chorus again. All right, so once again from that pre-chorus. Okay, then it goes back into. All right, so after we get through the full first chorus, it goes right back into the main part of the verse again, you know, so it repeats exactly the same thing twice. So we're going to do everything that we just talked about 2 times in a row, all right? So after it gets out of the chorus, the second time through, it goes into a guitar solo. So during the chorus, they're gonna be playing on an A, to an F, it goes back to a G at the end, and they're gonna break it down to a drum tacet where they're gonna do these gang vocal things. All right. During the guitar solo, when they modulate to A, it's interesting because they do this. They kind of do this Phrygian type solo in the very beginning, and you know, I slowed it down a lot when I first learned this solo, and I went back tonight and I listened back to it again. I'm going to show you, you know, a very close representation of what this solo does. It's kind of hard to pick out definitive notes and nuances in this because it gets kind of lost in the mix, especially at the very, very end. You can't really tell what's going on. So I'm going to give you an idea of what probably took place. I guess I could watch some live footage, but I know live a lot of times it just changes a lot anyway. But as long as you get some of these main licks really, really super close and tight, no one's going to complain, and it's going to be great. All right, so when we modulate to the A, we're going to be up here, and we're going to take the 15th fret on the high E, and we're going to bend it up to the 17th because the 17th fret is an A, and we're in A. All right, so the very first part of this solo, I'm going to teach it to you in 4 segments. I'm going to teach you 4 sections that you can memorize. All right, so the very first part slowly goes like. Something like that, all right? So we're going to go. Now, these guys were the masters at getting the coolest harmonics and feedback in the solo. They must have worked so hard to get the best tone and the right harmonics, because this album especially has some of the coolest spongy guitar tones. Oh, which reminds me, at the very beginning of the solo, before they modulate, they hit the 3rd fret. They hit the 3rd fret and do hit harmonics like that on the D and the G string and the B string. And they do a whammy bar dip down. I'm playing a Les Paul because I just like how Les Paul sounds, or Les Pauls sound. They're my favorite guitar, so I'm using one for the solo, but or this lesson. But you got to hit the 3rd fret harmonics like that. And whammy bar down, and then all right, so that what I'm doing there is I'm bending the 15th fret up 1 full step, so it's sounding like an A on the 17th fret, and I'm going to release, we're going to play around with it a little bit. We're going to release it, we're going to bend it back up and release it, then bend it kind of back up and do this. So what I'm doing there is lots of vibrato. To get that bend, I'm taking my middle finger and my ring finger, and I'm putting my ring finger on the 15th fret, but I'm reinforcing it with my middle finger. I take my index finger and I'm subconsciously putting it over the rest of the string, so I'm not getting any extraneous string noise, and I can really rake into it. You could up-pick it like that. If you up-pick it, it's a little more accurate, but I like to go like that. All right, and then we're gonna go 15, 16, do like a triplet. We're gonna pull off, then 15, 17, 14 on the G, then 17, 15, 14, which is cool. We got those notes, those two, so it's, and it sounds like he hits a pinch harmonic at the end of that somehow. He may bend up. Instead of going on the end, he may go. All right, and then we're going to do this little pedal tone thing in segment 2. And segment 2 goes like the. Segment 2 goes. So what I'm doing there is very classical sounding. So I'm in the A minor pentatonic box shape like this. So if you know that box shape, I'm going to put my index finger on the 17th fret and my ring finger on the 20th. I'm going to always toggle back to the 17th fret, but I'm going to go. Those are the notes I'm going down. I'm going to put this 17th fret in between each one, like. Okay? Not easy. You could bar everything on the 17th fret and go. But you get kind of like this. You can hear chords within it, so it's better to go and separate them. At the very end, I'm doing this triplet, which is going to be 16, 17, 16, 19. All right, then section 3 goes. As we start off with the same pedal tone, but we go back up to the 20th. So we go 18, 20, 18, 20, and then 19, 20, bend a full step up, then release, like that. So that second segment and the third segment together go. All right, something like that. Okay, so the last segment of the solo, we're going to be on the G string down here on the 4th fret. All right, and we're going to bend this up a half a step and release to the 2nd fret and bend it up again. You can hit a pinch harmonic if you want. If you can't bend up because you're not as strong yet to bend up like that, you could bend down For years when I was learning guitar, when I was in my early teens, mid-teens, everything I bent was down. I still do it to this day. But anyway, we're going to bend up, put some vibrato, release, and pull off to the second. And bend up a half a step. And then we're going to do this trill. It's like a pull off. 4-5-4 on the G string. And then hammer on our 7th fret with our pinky. And you can palm mute right here and go. It's kind of cool. You could actually, play that riff twice if you want to be really fancy. So I'm doing vibrato on the 7th fret, and I'm going to pull up. I'm going to bend up on the 8th fret on the B string, which is up to an A, because remember we're in A. Put some vibrato, and then 5th fret. So I did there was, I'm going to go right down the blues scale. All right, he does something like that, all right? It's very hard to tell on the record. And then here's where it gets really muddy in the mix. And so, I would recommend going. Go right down the blues scale again. Then go. It goes, it doesn't go back into that riff, but it's going to modulate back to G, where they do the little drum part and the gang vocals, all right, by itself. When they do that gang vocal part where they break it down there, when they go, we are a youth gone wild, they go B flat, F, G. There's these punches at the end where everybody punches together. B flat, F, G. And then the very ending of the song. All right. Well, there's Youth Gone Wild by Skid Row. I hope this lesson made sense. I hope it was helpful. Hope that breaking down these guitar solos and segments for you helps you out a lot. And keep in mind, sometimes it's okay to take a little bit of liberties with guitar solos. I don't do it because, out of laziness or anything like that. But over the years, you develop your own style, and it becomes increasingly more difficult to replicate somebody exactly. And that's really not the point of music. The point of music is to learn this stuff, understand how it makes, why it makes sense, and how it works, and why it works, and how you can have fun playing the tunes. But ultimately, it helps you write, develop your own style, and get better at your skill set. And most of all, playing guitar and having fun. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.